Yo, what's up guys, Sam here. Haven't done this in a long time, showing you what's new in an iOS update, but I had to return today for the second major update to iOS 15, iOS 15.2, which is out now for everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and update my phone and show you everything that's new in iOS 15.2. Let's go ahead and jump in. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go ahead and drop a like on the video if you're excited for this one. Hit subscribe so you always stay up to date on the latest Apple news, and of course, tap the bell so you're a cool person. All right, so kicking things off is the Apple Music voice plan, which is just as wild and kind of confusing as it sounds. It's $5 a month and allows you to use Apple Music only through Siri, not with Siri because you've always been able to do that, but only through Siri. No, this isn't a joke. This is actually a new tier of Apple Music that they announced at their event back in October, and you can see how it stacks up to everything else. You've got voice, student, individual, and family, and you can see where it starts to fall off down here. Well, it includes all the main features. You don't get spatial or lossless audio, a lyrics view, the ability to download anything, or even accessing your library from other devices, any social features. It is just a stripped down version of Apple Music, and you might say, well, what's the point then? I was confused about this for a long time until I thought about how many people might use Spotify, but that also want to use something like the HomePod. And with the HomePod, you could just talk to Siri and ask them to play things while you're in your kitchen or your bathroom or your bedroom, using it in a more casual way where you could have Spotify or a different music service for everything that you want to look at. So in some ways, this actually does make some sense. I'm just not convinced it'll be super appealing for a lot of people. Next up, if we head over to settings and go down to privacy, we can take a look at the really dope new app privacy report, which is a much more detailed way to see how apps are tracking you, not just allowing them to not track you, which is a feature in an older iOS update, but showing how they do. First up, you can see what's been accessing your data or sensors, which is pretty standard. I mean, it's just a lot of apps that I've been using from Apple. Then we start to get a bit more interesting when we go down here for app network activity. TikTok is insane. I literally opened that for 4 seconds. How did it contact 58 domains? And it's just laughable when you go down to websites. The Verge, 3,000, 2,000, 2,000. I mean, I don't even remember going on some of these sites for more than a couple of seconds, and they contacted that many domains to help track me. Wild and shocking as it is, very cool feature, and glad to see we have more idea of what is tracking us. I mean, it's happening. It's just like, oh, at least I can kind of see what's going on now. Alongside that, there's also a new privacy feature in Messages, where if you are linked to your parents' account and you are a child, photos sent or received from or by you containing nudity will now be blurred out and can notify your parent if that happens. This was announced as part of a trio of updates for Apple trying to help protect children a few months ago, and this does not include the CSAM detection. It was highly controversial and a lot of people like myself spoke out about. This is only inside of the Messages app for children that will blur photos of nudity. So I really like this feature. I think it's a good deal, and I think it would actually be really helpful for a lot of people to be able to enable this. Like, I think there's a lot of people that get sent unsolicited photos that don't want to see nudity. And alongside those changes in Messages, Siri and Search have also been updated with new resources to help you report child sexual abuse material. You could say something like, I need to report child, and there's a new pop-up right here that says if somebody is at risk or behaviors. You can go to stopitnow.org. Clicking on that link will, of course, take you over to the website. This is really serious, and I'm glad that Apple has implemented this in the operating system. Again, the actual CSAM detection isn't here at this time. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said this is going to be a serious episode, because next up we're talking about legacy contacts. You go over to settings and then tap on your name, go over to password and security, and then right here, you will see legacy contact at the bottom, which is a person or people you can assign to have access to your data when you pass away. So you can see on this page, there's an add button right here, and it will describe exactly what it is. It would be somebody you trust. You can share an access key. And you can pass down your digital legacy. So by tapping on Add Legacy Contact, you can make this happen. Once you've selected a contact and their phone number, this shows exactly what they will have access to, which are like your photos, messages, files, notes, contacts. So it'll be a lot of stuff that they get, which is probably what you want. I mean, if you're gone, in the next step to make sure everything is secure, you have two options for how to send your access key. One, you can print it, in which it shows a document with a QR code, or number two, it shows a message. And it straight up is like, yo, if I die, you get my stuff, all right? I was gonna send this to my mom, but I'm like, with no context on a Monday afternoon, maybe sending this to her without a little warning text might not be the greatest idea. You might say that, well, what just stops them from using the access code to get into my stuff right now? What if they just want to peer into my life? Well, that's not how it works. You actually have to contact Apple with not only your access key, but also a copy of a death certificate so that Apple can say, okay, 100% it's okay to give this person's data to the person that they selected. So I think this is really well designed. It seems incredibly smart, and man, like a genuinely handy feature for family members, especially that are aging. All right, enough with the serious but important new features. Let's move on to some fun stuff. One of the worst parts about the iPhone 13 Pro camera experience, I would say the worst, was that when you tried to shoot a macro photo, it would change automatically. So even if I wanted to get like a creative photo, it would go to macro every time something is close by and have this really horrible animation. It was not a good time. So now in iOS 15.2, Apple in the camera settings has added a new option that for me was on by default called macro control. This is so much better. When it detects a macro opportunity, it shows you if it's enabled or not, and you can turn it off. Look, macro's gone. And there it is. It's back on again. This is so much better. It automatically shows up and you can see it right down here. Following that, inside the TV app, there is a brand new store tab where you can see movies and TV shows, things to buy. This is a nice little design. Really reminds me of the iTunes store. I just feel like slowly but surely Apple is getting ready to remove the iTunes app from phones because I don't think anybody really uses it anymore anyway. Following that, for those of you with CarPlay, iOS 15.2 adds an enhanced city map, which will show things like turn lanes, bike lanes, median, pedestrian crosswalks. This is only in supported cities, but it should be a pretty major upgrade for those of you with CarPlay. In the Stocks app, there have been some major upgrades that are really good quality of life improvements. First of all, you can now show the currency for your tickers. So if they're not in USD, you can now denote that. And also there is year-to-date performance. You've always been able to do these, but now you can see from January 1st to today how the stock has performed, which is really, really cool. As somebody who is into stocks, I'm glad to see this included in the Stocks app now. Stocks. Next up in notes and reminders, I can't believe this wasn't a feature already, but if you've made a bunch of tags and organized your notes or reminders in that way, you can now tap and hold here to rename the tag number 1, or you can delete it. So I don't think there was an easy way to do this before. Now you can do it straight from the folder section, the top line of the Notes app. Moving on to some additional improvements that Apple mentions. In the Mail app, you can now automatically select a hidden email straight from your emails list. You no longer have to manually do it in settings. You can see it says hide my email. Once you tap on it, it will just automatically forward from a random address whatever you get back to what Apple made. When you're in Power Reserve mode, Find My can now find your iPhone for up to 5 hours. So I believe this is after your phone dies, which is a pretty impressive metric. As we get into these bug fixes, you would think with iOS 15 being as buggy as it has been, we would see an insane amount of changes, but there really just aren't that many. Here's all that Apple says they fixed in 15.2. Siri should now respond properly when VoiceOver was running and your iPhone was locked. ProRAW photos should not appear overexposed anymore when you're viewing them in third-party photo editing apps. HomeKit scenes with a garage door should now run even if your iPhone is locked from CarPlay, and CarPlay should also show the now playing of what's playing properly. On iPhone 13 models, video streaming apps should now load content as expected, and finally, calendar events should appear on the right day for Microsoft Exchange users. I feel like a lot of times when I've been opening apps, things have been frozen. As soon as I updated, I had to kill the settings app to do something. It just seems like iOS 15 still, it works and it's good enough, but I don't think it's as good as it should be. So I hope we continue to see more fixes because that wasn't what I expected. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something new for iOS 15.2. Let me know what you think of the update and what your favorite new feature is. A lot of good stuff, some serious, some fun, like the new macro toggle inside of the camera app. Still so happy that that's finally here. All right, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.